Hi, my name is Holly Dudridge. My student number is 13001480, and today I'll be doing the digestive system on all-purpose games. First of all, we have the large intestine. The large intestine is approximately 6 foot long. It's a muscular tube that will connect the small intestine to the rectum. The large intestine is made of caecum. The large intestine is primarily responsible for being a highly specialized organ that is responsible for processing the waste so that emptying out the bowels is much easier and far more convenient for the body to get rid of. So now we have the stomach, which is located just below the esophagus. The stomach is considered a hollow organ or a container for the food that has just been broken down by the saliva from the mouth, from the esophagus, and ends up in the stomach. When the food goes down to the stomach, it will be mixed with the enzymes that will continue the process of breaking down the food into a far more usable form for the body to kind of break down a little bit more and absorb the nutrients from the food. The cells in the lining of the stomach will secrete a very strong acid and quite powerful enzymes and their role is to break down the food whilst in the stomach. So now we have the esophagus. The esophagus is responsible for transporting the food from the mouth, which has been digested through the saliva, down to the stomach. The duodenum is the first segment of the small intestine, and it's partially beyond the stomach and is leading to the second segment of the small intestine called the jejunum. The last part of the digestive tract is the anus, and the anus part is the last bit. It's about approximately 2 inches long in the anal canal, consisting of pelvic floor muscles, and has 2 sphincters. They're both internal and external. The lining of the anus is quite specialized and it's quite important because it's able to detect rectal contents. This alerts the body to whether it's excreting like liquid or gas or a solid that passes throughout the body as an excretion. The pancreas is located just below the stomach here, and the responsibility of the pancreas is that it secretes digestive enzymes into the duodenum, which is the first part of the small intestine, and is responsible for breaking down protein, fats, and carbohydrates. The primary role of the pancreas is that it makes insulin, and this is important because it secretes into the bloodstream and it's a primary hormone for metabolizing sugar. The gallbladder is located right here as shown. The gallbladder is responsible for storing and the concentration of bile, and this will release it into the duodenum, the first part of the small intestine, to help absorb and digest the fats that come through. Here we have the rectum, located just above the anus here. The rectum is an 8-inch chamber that will connect the colon to the anus, and the rectum's job is to receive the waste product that has just come from the large intestine and store it just before it excretes out the anus. So here we have the small intestine. This is made of 3 segments: the duodenum, which has already been said right here, the jejunum, which is the second part, and the ileum. The small intestine is a very large organ. It's approximately 22 foot long and muscular tube, and it's responsible for breaking down food using the enzymes released by the pancreas and from the gallbladder, which is the bile. And it works by moving in this peristalsis, which is very slow kind of also movement, and it moves food and mixing it with digestive secretions from the pancreas and both the liver in order to break down food. So now we have the liver. So the liver has various functions itself, but the primary function within the digestive system is to process the nutrients which will be absorbed from the small intestine. The bile from the gallbladder from the liver is secreted into the small intestine, and it plays an important part in digesting fat. Finally, the mouth. This will be the first point of call where the person will consume the food, and the food will be mixed with saliva, which will kind of help digest the food efficiently, so it can move down the esophagus far more easier.